Good morning. I am Stampin' Dee, and I'm here with you this morning. It's Stampin' Thursday, one of my favorite days of the week. I love sharing with you things that I've picked up along the way. Sometimes I reach way back and do something that has been done in the past, but you know, we get busy with new things and we forget about those old techniques. But anyway, that's not what this is. I don't think I've ever done this one. So this is a paneled Funfold card. So that's what we're going to be doing today. I'm going to demonstrate it and then show you some samples. So it is a rainy, lazy day here in North Texas. So we are getting some much needed rain. You know, our wildflowers this year were not nearly as prolific, not nearly as full. They weren't even as tall as they normally are because of the drought that we've had. So our rain is welcome. And I hope you're getting what you need too, if you need rain or if you need a break from rain. But anyway, all right. So if you're with me live this morning, you know, I love it if you let me know that you're on, and especially if you let me know that you can hear me. You know, a couple of weeks ago, I did the whole Facebook Live, and there was no sound, and that was the weirdest thing because I didn't do anything any differently than what I've done in the past. So I don't know why there wasn't any sound, but I appreciate it. If you are watching live, let me know so that I know that you can hear me and that you're with me this morning. And if you're watching the replay, thank you so much for doing that. You know, I always appreciate a comment or a like or a thumbs up or something to let me know that you've watched and you enjoyed it. And if you are watching the YouTube, then I really appreciate you. I appreciate your comments. It's really important to hit like or to share or to subscribe. Those are all things that help our YouTube presentations, our videos, to be more viewed. So thank you for doing that. Good morning, Kay. Thank you. I'm glad you can hear me this morning. All right, so we're going to get started with our paneled Funfold card. And this card actually has a belly band. And I think this is a fun thing for people to get a card and they know they have to slip this off before they can actually see the card. So it gives opportunity to do some fun things with it and to use our designer series paper. So let's see what it is that we need. We need an 11 by 5.5 piece of cardstock, scored at 1 1/4, 5.5, and 9 1/4. And then you need another piece of cardstock, and I use the same, but you could do whatever. 10 inches by 1 inch, and that's for the belly band. And then for your designer series paper, these are your front and inside flaps. Let me take this off and just show you. So this is your front and inside flaps. So you need 2 pieces if you want to do it the same. 2 pieces cut at 1 by 5 1/4. And then this is your larger folded front panel. You see, it's the larger of the two. So it's the larger folded front panel. And it is 1.5 by 5 1/4. And then this is your large front panel. And it's 3.5 by 5 1/4. Then for basic white, you need your inside piece, which is 4 by 5 1/4, and a scrap for the punch or whatever you're going to use for the front of your card. Now, this is my template, And I use retired products for my templates, and I write all the instructions on the back of my template. And they go in a template box. And if I need a Funfold card, then I pull my template box out and look for one of the templates that matches my need. So that's what this is, and that's why the paper is all retired. And the Rococo Rose cardstock, which I might add was one of my favorite colors, but it's also retired. So I put my instructions on this because you wouldn't be able to see the template. So this is what we need, and we're going to get started, and we're going to make one of these. You know what I think what I'm going to do first is show you the samples. Let me grab those and show you the samples. So here's the first one. And this sample is made using the Storybook Moments Designer Series paper and the cutouts that come with that Designer Series paper. So you get the whole thing. I mean, you've got cutouts. You don't have to stamp and die or stamp and die cut or fussy cut. They're all there. And then I used boho blue for my base. So let me get this off. Sorry. So here's my card. Hope your day is a happy one. And of course it had a happy birthday on the front. You'll notice some of my samples, I don't even put anything on the front. I just put it on the inside. I'm sorry. All right, so there's the first one in the envelope that goes with it. This one is using the Wildflower Birthday and Soft Seafoam cardstock. Put these down just a little bit. So again, this is another one of the Designer Series papers that comes with the paper and with the cutouts. Makes it so easy to create a card. So that's what these are, the cutouts that come with that. I did add the gold for my belly band to bring out the gold in this Designer Series paper. And then my inside, happy birthday. I love that you can use so many different patterns for this. Let me get this belly band back on. All right, so that's our second one. And I used the cutouts on my envelope. My third sample is using the Floral Impressions and Old Olive cardstock. So very proud of you. And this, that was using the mixed floral stamps and dies. The ladybugs are part of that mixed floral stamp and die set, and they are so cute. So I included them. You can see them. There's one here. There's one down here and one lurking over here. So let me take and I did stamp the greenery, and then I stamped and die cut one and put it on top of it. And then here. And on this one, I used two different Designer Series patterns for the front and the back. I wanted to bring out the yellow. So, there we go. So very proud of you. Okay, that's that one. And then the last one I I wanted a masculine card, and you know, I went through my stuff, and all I've got are flowers and leaves and birds and butterflies. So I reached back to the Latte Love and a little latte paper for this one. Now, the designer series paper that I used for the front is the Woven Textures, but the stamps and the image are from the A Little Latte designer series paper. I wanted the masculine look for this one, and this Woven Textures paper really lends to that. And we'll take the belly band off. Wishing you every happiness this special day will bring. Happy birthday. All right. So there's that one. I'll get this back on. You've got to be careful not to get your belly band too tight. Because you want it to slip on and off, but you don't want it to fall off. So... whoops, well, that one came undone. This one was a little bit tighter than I wanted it to be, and that's why it's coming undone. I'll have to reinforce that. All right, so there are the samples that I made for you, and now we're going to make one. So the paper I chose, the designer series paper that I chose, is the Country Woods, and I like this paper. You know, the Country Woods stamp sets and dies are all on last chance, but the paper, the designer series paper, is still very current and available. So this is the paper that we're going to use. It's right here, and we're going to use Pool Party cardstock. So let me move these off, the samples, and you can go to my blog. It's stampinddspot.blogspot.com, and I do photos of every sample, and I give the measurements again and a link to the video. So go there, and if you go there, click following. Click following. That way you'll get a notice every time I add something. And the only time I basically add something to my blog is when I do a Facebook Live. I want to or if I'm offering a free tutorial. All right, so this needs to be 11 inches long, which is what this is, and 5.5 inches wide. And then we're going to hold on to this because that'll be our belly band. And now we want to score this. Make sure it's on here. We want to score it at 1 1/4. Five and a half. And 9 1/4. So we're going to have to pull out our extension. 9 1/4. All right. So we'll go ahead while we've got the trimmer and cut our belly band, which is 10 by 1. So we need to cut a little bit off of this for it to be 10. And then we want it to be at 1. Okay. We still have a piece left over. So that's our belly band. All right. Well, we're going to have to use that more. But first of all, we're going to fold this. And we're going to fold. We're going to go this way. Nope, we're going to go this way. We're going to fold this in. Fold this. Fold this out. Fold this in. And we're going to get we're going to burnish it really good. Here and here. And then we're going to fold this in. And that's our second flap. Okay. Get that clean. So, fold this out, fold this in, and then fold this one over. And that's going to create our Paneled Funfold. And then, of course, we have our belly band that we'll put on in a little bit. Now, we need to cut our designer series paper, and I had not decided which I wanted. So, I think I want this one for the big piece inside. Let's see. And I really want this, and maybe this, for the very front flap. Yeah, I want to bring out the pool party, and I want to tie it all together with this one. So, that's what we're going to do. And I think I'll use this for, instead of white, I think I'll use this for the front, for the punch. All right, so let's cut this one first. And this is going to be our 1 by 5 1/4. So I'm going to cut, and we need 2 of them. So I'm going to cut this at 1 by 5 1/4. And cut this one. Now, if I wanted to use this piece, I could put it on the inside, but I like this. This has been my favorite pattern in that set of designer series paper. So we're going to use that. And cut that at 1 and 5 1/4. Okay. All right, we have those 2 cut. This is going to be the second one. So it's the larger folded front panel, and it's 1 1/2 by 5 1/4. So we'll do our 1 1/2, and I'm just using scraps by 5 1/4. Oh, I'm glad that was long enough. All right, we've got that one. And then this is going to be the bigger flap, the front panel. And it's going to be 3 1/2. Now, what I need to decide here is what part of this do I really want on it? I like having the lighter. So, and I like having the wood going this way. So I'm going to make this one 3 1/2. By 5 1/4. I like that part right there. That's just kind of a interesting piece. All right. So that's how that's going to go. Okay, get all our pieces here. Then this, I think I've already cut this, should be 4 by 5 1/4. 4 by 5 1/4. That's for the inside. And then this, we're going to punch with the heartfelt hexagon punch. And that's going to be for our front panel. And I've already done my image, which is this tree. And as you see, it's barely going to fit on that front panel, but enough to hold it on there and let it be on the belly band. And this is from the Loveliest Tree stamp and die set. So you've got your tree die, and then you have another tree, and you can make whatever kind of leaves you want on it. And some extra leaves, and a die for the stamp, this little leaf stamp, this stamp right here, that I think we might use. So, and then sending heartfelt sympathy, happy birthday, thank you, and congratulations. Makes for a really useful set. And I think it's a little bit on the masculine side. So, all right. We've got all of our pieces now. And on the inside, sending heartfelt sympathy. I think we're going to do that on the inside. Let's see. I could also kind of attach it here. Let me see. I may do that. We'll give that a try. And if that doesn't work, then we'll stamp it on the inside. But let me do that in pecan pie. I'll do it down here first. Sending heartfelt sympathy. All right. And if I do that, then I probably want it to, looks like I've got a little bit crooked. Just a little bit crooked. So let's, whoops, I didn't even fix that. All right. I'm kind of thinking as I go on this. Still a little bit crooked. There. All right. Sending heartfelt sympathy. We'll see how that goes. All right, now let's put our card together. We'll start with this piece. I'm going to grab a... I'm going to put this piece right in here. Right there. Let me look and see if... All right. And then this piece is going to go right here. Right. It's so pretty. I love this piece too. I love that. And then these are going to go right here. So I want to make sure I've got them going the same. And here. Okay. And this one's going to go right here. All right. So we'll go ahead Well, I think I'll wait and see what I'm going to do with my belly band. All right, so I'm going to put this on my hexagon with dimensionals. So I'll put one here. They're going to kind of go toward the center, I think. All right. Put that on right there. And the belly band is going to go on like this. I'll fold this side in first. And I'm leaving a little room over here. And then we'll need to line this up. I'm going to leave a little room over here. Okay. We'll put the belly band right here. And this is going to go right over the top of it. It's kind of hard to get it to hold on this. I should have come that way. All right. There. I think I'm going to have to glue that down a little bit. That pulled it up. I used my Tombow. Have to get it started. Haven't used it this morning. Come on. Get my pen. Give it a little poke. Okay. Now it should start. All right. Glue that down. And then glue this right on the center. Now, I need to decide about this. I could put it right there, attached to, and then it would come on and off. What do you think? Or I could put it up here. Well, there's not as much room there. There's room right here to put it and get it on the belly band. I think I'll do that, and I think I'll banner one end. I think I'll cut it off a little bit, banner it on this end, create some interest there so it's not just a block. And I might even I think I'll cut a little bit off of this end, just a little. All right. All right, I think we're ready to do that. And that way the sentiment is on the front. I'm trying to get it, get it just right. That's where I want it, right there. Oh. All right, so I think glue along the top here is what it's going to take. There. There we go. Get it even. There. Sending heartfelt sympathy. Okay. So then that'll come off. And we can even put something inside. I won't do that right now. But there's certainly sentiments that I could put inside, which I probably will do since I decided to put that on the front. I will stamp something on the inside. Oh, and I've got this little leaf stamp that I could stamp on the inside. Let me do that. I'll do it in Old Olive, since the tree is Old Olive. I need a piece of scrap paper. Yeah, great. I don't want to get the edge off of it. So I'll put a little bit of leaf right there. Oh, perfect. And maybe a little right up there. Right there. And what did I do? I got my finger right there. Well, all right. Here we go. I wondered if I could even put a leaf on here. No, I'm not going to mess with that. Yeah. All right, here we go. We have our card. If we wanted to add some twine, we could certainly do that. This is the linen thread. Trying to straighten it out here. And when I use thread, I like to double it. I just think it looks nicer with a double bow. And this is going to be a small bow. Not too big. And get it through. Maybe right there on the tree trunk, and you can still see the sentiment, and that kind of takes away from the big sentiment piece. Let's do that. Use a glue dot to get it on. Fold that glue dot under a little bit. Put it right there on the trunk. There we go. Kind of looks flyaway, which is the way it is with leaves and trunks and trees. And all right. I think I can trim this side down, and I do have my belly band loose for sure. All right, there we go. There we have our card. Sending heartfelt sympathy. All right. Let's see. Okay. Close up here. Get my other samples out so you can see them. I hope you like this fun fold. I think it's interesting and would be a fun one to send to someone. All right, here we go. There's all the fun folds and some of the envelopes. Let's see what you can see here. Oh. Okay. All right, and here are your cutting instructions, folding and cutting, and I'll have that on my blog. So that's it for today. A paneled fun fold card. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you'll go make it. I hope you enjoy it, and I look forward to seeing you. See, today's the 24th. I look forward to seeing you next Thursday. All right. God bless. Bye-bye.